What? Alright, are we back? Okay. If I am online on if I am live right now. Hi, welcome back, guys. So something happened where I somehow disconnect from the server, from the streaming server. I should be all right now. Just want to make sure. I'll wait a little bit to ensure that I am back on live because I have restarted streaming. Let me check on my phone just to make sure. But yeah, no. Something happened and I just got booted off the server. Okay, so I am live on Twitch. How about YouTube? How about YouTube? Give me 1 second, friends, and we will resume my recap on where we last left off. Okay, cool. All right, we're back live. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, let me play the music. All right, cool. Don't know what exactly happened, but glad that we are back. Awesome. Okay, so I just got disconnected for no reason. Hope that does not happen again. Thankfully, I was notified by my friend. Shout out to my friend. All right, so as I was saying, you were leading a full frontal evasion onto Santa's fortress. You managed to breach the gates and it opened, and you were on board this icy path, which was long and windy, basically in a attempt to breach and enter Santa's grotto, because doing so, you'll be able to enter his lair, right? So you were fighting off not just his forces, but also a barrage of like reindeers led by Rudolph, all just attacking you within this slide. You were able to kill off most of them, fending off until you were launched at the end of the ramp and launched into Santa's grotto. And this is where we last left off. Alright, so this is kind of appropriate music for it. So let me give you a full-on description of Santa's grotto. Also, let me give you a full-on picture of where it is. Just to give credit to the map, it is not designed by me, if any of you guys are curious. It is designed by Eichwald86 on Reddit. Once again, I got a lot of these like maps and design and stuff like that from Reddit. The tokens are just kind of made. I just use like the Google domain and stuff like that of each of the tokens in terms of the photos and stuff. Okay, so all right, are you ready, folks? So just to give you guys a general description of the grotto, the map that I'm using is not necessarily the exact description, but it's, you know, it's very festive, it's friendly. That's kind of what this small villa seems to you, right? So you find yourself inside a beautiful cavern that is lit with warm golden light, gently falling like magical snow coming from the ceiling somewhere high above you. But you cannot see like the exact ceiling because because of the harsh but warm white light. Snow-tipped stalactites and stalagmites are falling from the floor and descending from the ceiling itself. striped candy cane. There's like a lot of striped candy cane picket fences with stone path which leads to a small central square that is dominated by a giant winter mist tree before splitting into four. The air smells like peppermint and cinnamon at the same time, and above you, as part of the entrance, a green banner with silver letterings hang between two stone slates. You see the stone slates? There is like writings on it. You don't understand what it means until Mr. Grinch pipes up and says, "He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows you when you're awake. It's enormous. Oh, also creepy." So all of you guys know that you are all safe at the moment. Essentially, no one can enter, and no one can enter the space without Santa's permission, right? At the same time, you also know that you need to find a way out, because you can be trapped here forever, essentially. So that is where you are currently at, inside Santa's workshop grotto. There are a couple of there's a few buildings around you. There's also like there's about 5 important site locations, right? So the first one, there's about 3 buildings total. Actually, no, there's 3.5 because, and one thing you notice is that the ceilings of the rooftop of each of the buildings are in a specific colors. So there is a blue. There's a building, a rather large building with a blue rooftop. There is another like medium-sized building with a green rooftop. Keep in mind, these are all like gingerbread houses. These are gingerbread structure made out of like different types of candies, gumdrops, all the goodness in between. But you took a note that the colors of the roofs are very different from each other. So there is a building with a blue rooftop. There's a building with green. There is a building that signals to you that looks like it is like one of those stable houses. They have a yellow rooftop. There's a very small, it can barely fit like 1 or 2 person in there, little building that has a red rooftop. And last but not least, there in the middle of this like small square is the Christmas tree, right? And then there is a stone pebble path that leads towards on top, which leads towards an area that is a stone archway. And there is a statue of Santa in front of it. And in this archway, there's also like a stone circles with 3 separate signs each. And you notice that there's like a pale blue light emanating from this archway. So already at the moment, your squadron members are walking around, and they're also tarnishing this place as well. Each of them have been, like I said, all of you are in this together to take down Santa Claus Dead or Alive, right? And all of you have like your own various issues with not just Santa but also Winter Mist in general. You see that Yara the Yeti, already infuriated at the fact that this is a cut down Christmas tree, pushes the Christmas tree down, begin to rip the ornaments and stuff like that. Mr. Grinch is helping with taking the ornament. He has a sack now. He takes the ornament, takes the presents around the Christmas tree and things like that. Turkey Tom is just pecking at like different of like the candy cane mailboxes, you know, or like destroying the properties around. Dasher is sulking because in the previous fight, you guys were fighting against Rudolph and 7 other reindeers. One of them died in the first fight at the castle. And he cannot get over the fact that Rudolph is still alive and he was unable to kill. So he was sulking. He's still sulking, while the rest of the members are having their own shenanigans of chaos and just having just destroying things around. So you can, at the moment, friends, you can look at different buildings around you. Yes. Oh, hi, Kenny. How are you doing? It's so good to see you. Hope you're doing wonderful, my friend. But yes, I'm glad you made it. So there are various buildings that you can explore. If you have any questions, Kenny, do let me know. All right. But as I was saying, there are several buildings that you can explore, or several areas that you can just look around. If I don't see any answer, I will roll a d4 and just basically default have you guys just check in the locations. Once again, the buildings that you can look, you can also like investigate the places, like the clearing around you while it's being destroyed, whether it's the presents, the Christmas tree, the ornaments, things like that. But I'm gonna pre-roll. And depending on roll, it will lead you to that building. Alright, cool. So once again, there are a total of 4 buildings. There is a blue building, a blue house, a green house, a yellow house, and a red house. Cool. Give me an investigation check. Also, it's interesting how it says there's 0 viewership on my dashboard, even though there's like Kenny and Yuki here, so hopefully that doesn't mean anything. But yes, I'm glad you're doing wonderful, Kenny. But yes, if you may do so, give me an investigation check while Yara is destroying the tree and the ornaments, and Mr. Grinch is pocketing all the presents and stuff. Okay. If you want to look at your character sheet for your bonuses or what your modifiers, let me show you your character sheet. So here's your character sheet. Investigation. So it looks like you have a +4 for investigation. If you're curious on what your character is, you are Jack Frost. You are a rogue sorcerer. That was what I think about Jack Frost. I feel like Jack Frost is by far definitely a rogue, or like a or a sorcerer. But specifically for this version of Jack Frost, he is both. All right, so it is a 14. Give me 1 second. So, you looked around, right? Arcane Trickster, yes. For Rogue, this Jack Frost is technically not an Arcane Trickster. Sorry, not technically, but he's not an Arcane Trickster. He's actually a Phantom Rogue. And there's a bit more lore behind it. If you're curious, I can spill the beans. But basically, you are the epitome of the harsh winters, okay? And you are here to take down Santa Claus. But I would say this: a good Jack Frost would definitely be an Arcane Trickster. Oh yeah, Phantom is fun. I think a Phantom and also Ghost. Is this Ghost Knife or Soul Knife? Soul Knife rogues are like rogues that I want to try out because they're very intriguing. But as I was about to say, okay, so you try to like look at the scraps or like what remains You try to convince Mr. Grinch to see if you can open like the presents and stuff like that. Mr. Grinch's like, no, they're all mine. And he like at some point, I think one of the members mentioned how like there could possibly be hints to getting them out of here, and he just like shakes the sack and is like, see, no hints, there's nothing. However, there is a what you notice is that there is a small paper parchment lying on the ground that has not been picked up yet. As you open the parchment, it seems like there is a it seems like it's actually a riddle, because let me write down a riddle for you. So it says, with enough winter flakes, 2 or 3 spears is your goal. Then you can make this friend with a scarf, carrot, and coal. What am I? And I'm gonna type down the riddle to you guys. There you go. So that's what you see on a parchment, and it does seem like there is a space, if it makes sense, like a space where you can put down the answer on the sheet of paper. All right, so that's what you discovered in the tree. What remains are other buildings and stuff like that. You can also try to see if you can convince Mr. Grinch to look in, like, to rip out the treasures, the presents and stuff like that. Though it is a very high DC, as he has claimed, not only has he claimed the presents, he also has claimed the ornaments, especially the star that was sitting on top of the tree. The Yeti has claimed the tree itself in a sense of like, she is basically, she is doing some sort of a ritual, almost like a mourning, to commend the fallen tree that has been killed and propped up to be a Christmas tradition and ornament, or winter mist tradition and ornament. So there are buildings left that you can explore. Like as I mentioned, there are 4 other buildings, as well as the portal itself. You can also look at what the portal seems to indicate and things like that. Just let me know what you do. If not, I will basically default roll again, and I will have you guys go to a building, go to a portal. We'll see what happens. Alright, so thank you, Kenny. We're going to the red building. Okay. So, this is the smallest building of them all. These are all gingerbread houses. Like I said, this is a very small building with a red rooftop, right? And you notice that there's like when you try to open the door is actually locked. It's like I said, it's very small. It looks like it can house like 1 or 2 people. There's a wraith hanging on top of the door. There are like candy cane bars on the gingerbread window holes. And then you hear, so the Grinch noticed that you're looking at the building, and he says, "I was locked there once, and then I got out of it scot-free. So this appears to be the ho-ho-ho holding cells." So at the moment, it is locked. You can also try to unlock the door or bash the door, you know. You are a roguish sorcerer, so you do have... I'm pretty sure you have proficiency in Thieves' Tools / Sleight of Hand. And if you want to do so, roll me a d20 and I will give you your modifiers. Where's your character sheet? There it is. Okay. All right. Aha, how's it look? Okay. Cool. All right. I'm gonna default roll if you wanna, just for sleight of hand, and I will progress using the default roll if I don't see any comments. All right, cool. So, okay. Cool, I will take the 6 from Yuki. So, you try your hand at the lock, using your Thieves' Tools, using actually really just like the sharp point of one of your icicles that you molded and created from your pick. You managed to open the door. And I'll roll investigation for you. Okay, so you have a high enough investigation. You looked around. Within the haystacks, of like anything, there seems to be not anything, except for a small little trinket, made out of like a heart. It's like a little heart trinket. However, you also looked at the walls, and you try to perceive what it's trying to say to you, because it's like a drawings of like different things. There is one specific drawing that kind of caught you off guard. Where so there are arrow keys that, first and foremost, imagine you are in like a very closed in, confined space, right? Room, right? So the door is, this door is basically right here where I'm at, right? And then there is to the left of you, the marks, it seems like it's made out of like chalk. You do notice there is chalk as well. There are chalk marks that indicate get out, and there are arrows pointing towards the door. And then to the center wall. Hi, how are you doing? Hope you're having a lovely day. So good to see you again. It's so great to see members from my TikTok viewers just congregating to Twitch and also YouTube Live. It's so good to see you guys. But as I was saying, There are arrow keys that were pointing outside to the door, which is they're pointing towards the door, and it says "Get out." That's the wall on the left. There on the center wall, there are drawings. There is a drawing of a present, and there is like a skull and a cross. Like a cross, skull, and bones. And then they're just like scribbling marks and really things you can't really have a nonsense. Last but not least, you go shift to like the bottom of the same wall, like the bottom corner to the right, and there is a crown. So that's it for the ho-ho holding cells. There are other buildings that you can look. If you need me to repeat what you saw at the holding cells, let me know. It is a crown drawing, so you can look at it and you can touch like the marks, but you cannot like reach. Sorry, you cannot reach for the crown because there's no crown. It's just like a crown drawing. Yeah. 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 Oof. All right. If that's it, you can also look at other buildings by now. As you looked out, as you walked out of the holding cells, you notice that both Turkey Tom as well as Yara the Yeti, they're smelling something, and they like are darting towards a specific building. They're darting towards the greenhouse or the green building. Like Turkey Tom the whole time has been like stuffing, not only breaking like candy cane mailboxes, but have been like stuffing like the gumdrops and like any that looks like tasty and looks like edible. Because keep in mind, this is essentially a boulevard of gingerbread houses and things like that. So he's been stuffing candy sweets in his mouth and has made his way towards the building that has a green rooftop. And the other remaining buildings, once again, are there's another gingerbread building with a blue rooftop. There is a yellow rooftop building that looks like to be a stables for the reindeers. As well as Santa's portal. Sure. Alright, so you decide to join the Yeti as well as Turkey Tom to the Cookie Lab. Okay, so this seems to be a lab of some sorts. Of like, you see that this building has like shelves of like different concoction, different different sauces, different like bottles and things like that. This is like a mix between like almost like a little like an alchemist lab of some sorts. And when you enter this building, this seems to be where all like the delicious smells are coming from. There's also like lines of like different machineries on the walls. And there's like bags of like different sugars and like cinnamons and like dust piling across like boxes and shelves. And in the middle of this building, there are 7 silver plates lined up in a row. And each of them, you see, are piles of cookies with a different design on them. And now I'm gonna roll for something for Turkey Tom. So, both Yara the Yeti and Turkey Tom exclaim, "Cookies!" And as they begin to walk up and just devour a plate of cookies, you hear a cackle and a voice exclaiming, "Not so fast!" At the doorway enters Mumby, the Wicked Witch of the North. She has taken a very long, obnoxious, sniff and goes, "I smell there's magic at play here when I gleamed on this building. These cookies must be enchanted." Also, along with the table of cookies, there seems to be a rolled up scroll, like a little tiny paper scroll that is at the table. Let me know if you want to open it or if you want to interact with the cookies and things like that. Cool. So, there's as you unroll it, there's also a quill pen, inside it. As you unroll it, and it unwraps not just the pen, but also a riddle that says, "4 of us will lead you in different ways, but seek one to lead you to victory. Choose wisely to your heart's content, but to help you find where the clue is sent." Let me quickly... I'm gonna type out the clue. Or if not, let's see. I don't think you'll be able to see this browser, right? Just making sure. I'll probably set up a new window. You shouldn't be able to see the new window, right? Okay, cool. To streamline things, I'm gonna have access to my notes on this computer. And I am going to paste the riddle on the chat, just so I don't have to keep manually typing things. Alright. Copy. Haha. Can I not paste? Oh, yikes. Okay. I will type it down, but I will also repeat the riddle. Okay. So once again, it's 4 of us will lead the way, but seek one to lead you. 4 of us will lead you in different ways, but seek one to lead you to victory. Choose wisely to your heart's content, but to help you find where the clues went. Oh, okay. As you guys read the riddle, you hear not just groans from the rest of the party members, but Mommy screams out, "Riddles? That's my thing! Gross!" If you want to roll me an investigation check, you may do so to have a more thorough search across the room. This will also, in a way, help. I will also accumulate this with the Wicked Witch of the North. See if she's able to sense any spices could mean poisonous or what it could entail. Hi, Nail. All right.
Just because I'm the master of riddles doesn't mean I know the answer to every riddle. But it sounds like we had to try each cookies and see which ones could lead us to victory or which one could potentially hurt us. Or we can, search for more clues and other riddles.
So I'm gonna take the 16. Perfect. So you guys investigate around, like the buildings, and see what's like. Investigate the building, see if there's any other clues or any other riddles. There is one more. So there's another. As you search through like the shelves and stuff like that, the Wicked Witch of the North is like sniffing, furiously, feverishly. So, there is a little scroll as you look at, search through one of the shelves. You take it out, and it seems to be another riddle. So you have 3 riddles so far. This riddle says, climbing down chimneys may often seem weird, but not when it's this old man with a white beard. Who is he? You exclaim Santa, but nothing happens. That is a great question. There is... There is a Santa cookie, yes. Okay. So you eat the Santa cookie. There's 6 other cookies left. You taste it. It tastes really delicious, like scrumptious. The Yeti and the turkey takes your cue and just eats their Santa cookie. The Wicked Witch of the North has been like sniffing the powders and stuff like that, and has indicated that the Santa cookie is safe to eat.
This one is made of very rich ingredients and magical components. Almost like it could perhaps grant you something. Who knows? And by granting you something, I mean like a special ability or power.
She also eats the Santa cookie as well.
No, you look the same as miserable and
you try to fly.
No, you look the same as miserable as you are.
Nothing happens. You try to jump up and down. Nothing seems to. Gravity invites you to come back down. Gravity is like, all right, pull you down. You're doing too much. Okay. Move the chat box a little further. The movie right here. All right. I will say I will include this with your investigation, and so when you look at the tiny scroll, right? There's also there's like the passage, the riddle, and then there's like a space underneath the riddle, if that makes sense. And that's all I'll say with that. But once again, you figured out the answer to the first riddle, right? It gave you a hint to the cookies, specifically the Santa cookie. Not only that, you also currently you have 2 other scrolls. There's also a quill pen with you. You have looked through the cookie lab, where you're able to find. Just the scroll, these several ingredients. Some of them are poisonous. I will say that the Wicked Witch at this point is able to indicate so the Wicked Witch has indicated that the present cookie is not good for you.
Oh, nutmeg and meat at the same time and the same ingredient with cinnamon? Disgusting. Not good for you.
I don't know, do you? Who knows? Okay, so you pocket one of the present cookies, the cookie with the present symbol. So you write Santa on it, and the riddle disappears along with the answer. And sorry, it's a very specific thing. I inputted onto this. Okay, so as I was saying, the riddle itself disappears, it vanishes, along with the answer, and in replace there is a number that comes out. It says 4. So yeah, that's what you got out of it. Once again, you have another, 2 other riddles. If you need me to repeat the other riddles, well, one of the remaining riddles is really just like a forewarning of like, yes, there are spaces on other. There's a space on the other scroll. So there's 2 of them, right? There's space on one of them. The other one is just telling you what the cookies entail. If that makes sense. And if you need me to... Yeah, all good. I'm going to read you the riddle that was uncovered by earlier. So... With enough winter flakes, 2 or 3 spears is your goal. Then you can make this friend with a scarf, carrot, and coal. What am I? Alright, so you write that snowman. That also disappears. But nothing seems to happen. I know. But there are other buildings. Oh no! It's not. It's don't feel dumb. This is one. First and foremost, this is all for fun. You know, this is all for fun. Okay. I got this. Like, these are all just fun Christmas riddles, not meant to feel... No, it is a snowman, so you got the answer, so the riddle itself disappeared. But for some reason, there seems to be no number. Yeah. So that is the answer. So the riddle, once again... Sorry, just to clarify. The riddle itself, like, disappears along with the answers as usual. But for some reason, no numbers seem to appear. Yeah. So, what remains are other buildings. Once again, there are, you have discovered the Cookie Lab. There's also the Blue House. There is also the Yellow House. Cool. Cool. Awesome. So, this squat building, once again, and this is very easy because, like, even looking at the outside from distance, you notice that this is a farming stable, like a stable seemingly for reindeers, right? Because there's about 9 of them. Dasher is with you this time. There's like haze on each of the wall, like each of the reindeers have their little spot, right? There's hay. And there's like strange chocolatey smell from the doorway and squat. There's like a big wide open doors, right? And there's a mistletoe hanging from above. Dasher takes a smoke, like a puff of smoke from a cigar, and says, indicates to one of the spots and says, "That was my spot. Before that bastard took over and desecrated it." As you look around, as you search around, there's another scroll with a riddle that says... Also, give me an investigation check for this. So, the riddle says, "We're four-legged beasts, puller of Santa's legs. Pullers of Santa's sleigh. If you have been a good girl or boy, we might have just pulled him out your way. What are we?" Awesome. So, as you guys look through the stables and such, and I'm gonna write the riddle in the meantime. We're four-legged beasts. Pullers of Santa's sleigh. All right, so you wrote down the word reindeer, and it seems like the building. You wrote once again. The questions disappear, the answer disappear, but this time there is a number, just like the number 4 you received. There's a number that says 1. All right, BRB, awesome. Honestly, this is also a good time. Let me also be right back. I'm gonna quickly use the restroom. So let me bring up the be right back slide, and then I will return soon, friends. In the meantime, enjoy the music. All right, I am back. Okay. Sorry. Wait. Ah, there you are. I am back. All right, friends. So, where we last left off, once again, the wording disappears and the question disappears, the riddles disappear, and what appears before you is the number 1. And with your 16 investigation, right? 15. 15 investigation. Looking around, underneath another, like a bundle of hay, you were shifting through, and you feel like some sort of compartment begins to, like, you pull out, and there is a box. And there's like a lock inside. And this is one of those like 4 numbers lock. However, there are no numbers, except there are different colors, specifically 4 colors: red, green, yellow, and blue. What do you do with that information? What do you do, friends, with that information? Let me also start changing the music a little bit. So once again, friends, you found the answer to the riddle. This is the 3rd riddle, but the 2nd riddle to give you numbers in response. And you also found a locked compartment that has like a 4-coded lock that has unique, like, different colors. Just keeping that in mind. If you want to move on to the next building, we may do so as well. And I will default roll for you guys. Yes. Haha, hi, welcome back. Oh, no, you're good, you're good. Alright, so, once again, you found the answer to the reindeer riddle. That the riddle itself disappeared along with the answer. and out comes the number 1. You also found a box that has a locked however it appears to be a 4-coded locked. Instead of numbers, there are colors, and there are red, green, blue, and yellow colors. So yeah, there's that. There's one more building that you haven't discovered. There are different colors like on the stalls. Are you asking about the building itself? So the walls of the stall is like mostly, it's like faded out, like brown, reddish brown for the most part. However, the rooftop is yellow. It is filled with like yellow, like this is like a yellow Skittle rooftop. So the walls are still like made out of gingerbread, like very harsh gingerbread, but the roof of this stable is yellow. And so like yellow, different like M&M and Skittles colorings, but they're all within the same color. Sure. So, you looked out, and once again, all the 4 buildings, right? So you went through the cookie lab. The color of the rooftop is green. The stables, the color is yellow, and the holding cells are very small, almost basically a hut, essentially. The color is red, and the final building that you haven't went, the color is blue. And those are the color of the rooftops. Oh, that's a good inquiry. Do you say it to other members, or do you... Alright, so I would say that at this point, Dasher will come along with you. I would say that other members are just honestly kind of loafing around. Okay, so you tell all the other members... So, the Grinch says, riddles, disgusting. The Wicked Witch, oh, I see, is going to, she's gonna stay put at the cookie lab because she's gonna taste and try to make sure like which of the cookies are like poisonous, which one are good for you and stuff like that. So every time I will give a roll and to see which one she will indicate that is good and which one she will indicate is bad. The Turkey, Tom, and Yeti, Yara the Yeti, are kind of biting the urge of trying to not eat the cookies, because the cookies they ate was really delicious, and they're like at the point of like, oh, I am very addicted to cookies, and I want to try out the other cookies. Even after the Grinch has voluntarily given up his share of the Santa cookie. So you're gonna go to the blue building with Dasher. So, out of all the buildings, it is the spacious of the three. Um, give me 1 second. It is a spacious of the three, right? So it is a very spacious building because inside it is actually the makings of a workhouse or a workshop. It seems like there's like different rows of like tables, benches, conveyor belts. There's like a piles of like different tools, trinkets. Like tools are on the wall, but there are piles of like trinkets, toys, toy parts, and stuff like that. They're littered like across in different boxes and stuff. Yeah, this seems to be where the Santa's helpers, the elves and gnomes, would clock into work. Just get the furnace going, work and churning out on the conveyor belt, like making toys and stuff for the kids. So this seems to be where and at the outside is also, I forgot to mention this detail. This is where the sleigh is at. It seems like the elves will like basically after making the wrapping up the toys into presents, they will stuff all the presents into the giant sack, which is where the sleigh is at. So, give me an investigation check, or at least a perception check. Let's do a perception check. Alright, I will take the 13 unless I see a new roller. So, at the corner of your eye, you hear like a little shuffling sound. And you pause along with Dasher. You guys kind of like stop what you're doing. Oh yes, I would say this. There is also a paper. There's another scroll of like, and there's another set of riddle. I will tell you the scroll. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I will say this. So at the corner, as you try to look at the riddle, you pause a bit because you feel a shuffling of something going on at the corner, right? You notice or you hear a child voice squeaking out. And this child voice says to you, hello? I don't know who you are, but have you seen my parents? They were like out and about working here. They're supposed to be working here today, and they should have clocked in to work, and they're supposed to be home by now. Have you seen my parents? What do you say in response? Their name, my mother's name is Chris, and my father's name is Thumble. Chris and Thumble Tipsy. As soon as you say that, give me another perception check. It appears to be an elven child, yes. My name is Lucy Lou, by the way. So, this is a female small elven child. As she tells you her name as well as her parents' name, you hear a low growl. You hear a voice. It is low growly, and it says, "Hoot hoot. Hello, Cindy Lou. Did you study Dwarvish today?" And out comes a buffed up owl that says, "It's me, Doslingo. I have kidnapped your parents. It's Spanish or they vanished, baby." He turns his gaze on you two. "And who the hell are you two chunks?" "Have you studied Dwarvish too?" At this point, Dasher says, No, but I have studied. I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't get out here and leave this girl alone right now." And as you say your worst nightmare, roll initiative. Here's the token, by the way. I'm gonna move you and Dasher together. But yes, you are fighting Doslingo. 3. Okay. Let me roll for Dasher. Dasher is gonna be 16. Yes, I have. This is a little Easter egg battle. Alright, so Dasher's gonna go first. Dasher takes out his candy cane, his antler saber. Just dashes up to Doslingo. Is gonna make a couple of swipes. Roll me a d20. I'm gonna roll another one for Dasher to see if they hit. The first one is going to hit Doslingo. Roll me another d20, friends. $15. Both of them are going to hit Doslingo. So he basically takes out, and it's like a lance, because keep in mind, this is like his saber is deceptively like pretty long. It's basically a jagged long sword, right? So he basically spears up, stabbing into, and then slices outward, dealing a total of, you can help me, roll me 2d8s. I'm gonna roll another 2d8s. 13 points of damage. 4 and what else? Or is it just 4 points? 4 total. I'm assuming that's gonna be 4 total, so that is 13. Oh no. Okay, 7, so 10. So 23 points of damage into Doslingo. Doslingo is going to use his reaction to lower one of them. So it's going to be 18 points of damage. Actually, no, you're going to lower the highest one. So it's going to be 16 instead. 16 points of damage into Doslingo.
You're tough, but I'm tougher than I'm the toughest one of them all.
So Doslingo growls once more and is going to make 2 attacks onto one onto Dasher and one onto you, Jack Frost. So he's gonna swipe. That is a hit on Dasher, and that is a hit on you. Oh yes, friends, I will say this. The moment you enter this grotto, you have exhausted all of your hit points. And like your short, this is essentially a short rest. So you guys have healed up to your fullest hit points. Oh wow, you got so lucky. I rolled a 1. So you take 4 points of claw just slashing, scratching and stabbing into you, like piercing your flesh. He takes 4 points of damage. You are now 37 out of 41. That is the end of Doslingo's turn. Actually, he has one more attack. I completely forgot. He has his beak. He's going to try to attack Dasher with the beak. Misses. Basically, try to drill peck Dasher. Dasher just swerve his head, missing, and he shattered a table from his beak. It is now your turn. What do you do? If you need to an information on what your character does, let me know. I can show you your character sheet. You are a sorcerer rogue. A roguish sorcerer. There you are. You put 37. No, wait. Oh no, sorry. I said 41, 31. So you're 27 out of 31. Ah. Okay. And I believe each of them shows like things you can do. Yep. You can do Ray of Frost. You can do. Once again, let me know what you want to do. Your main source of weapon is this like very long icicle shiv blade. However, you also are capable of casting spells. Most of them are ice spells. Alright, you're going to use Ray of Frost into Duolingo, or Doslingo, mind you. You have not heard me say Duolingo, I meant Doslingo, I'm just saying. So, roll me a spell attack. I believe Ray of Frost is a spell attack. So roll me a d20, friends. And I'll roll damage in case you hit Doslingo. Alright. All good. Hope you find your d20. 12. That is a hit. So, as you basically dodge... Ooh! Sorry, I nearly dropped my stuff. Alright, so, you dodge a swipe from Doslingo. Sorry, you have taken a hit from Doslingo, right? And then you kind of like move back a bit. And then you cast your spell from your hand. A blue light just shine. And then as you raise it towards Doslingo, the ray of frost just hits Doslingo for a total of... Let's see, doesn't include... It takes 3 points of cold damage, and the speed is reduced by 10. So you blew a ray of frost that basically freeze a bit on his feet. Doslingo has reduced his speed by 10, and that is the... Oh wait, increases by another d8. So let me roll another d8. 9 points of damage. So Doslingo has taken pretty hefty hits from you as well as Dasher. So that is the end of your turn. Unless you want to use any other abilities, bonus action, movement, stuff like that. Let me know, Kimmy, if you want to do so. If not, we are going to start the next round. It is now on the top of the round. It is Dasher's turn. Roll me another d20 to hit with Dasher. Dasher is just going to keep doing his fighter business, his fighter shenanigans. Okay, so that is a hit. With a total of... So, once again, Dasher slashes again with his ankle, with his antler blade, slashing into Doslingo. He's just getting hit left and right. Let me know. Roll me another d20, friends. We'll see if that one will hit the hit Doslingo once more. If not, I will take the default roll. We'll see if you take my roll or not. Okay. Oh, shoot. All right. Roll me 4d8. Yes, roll me 4d8 for damage. Wow. So, with the first slash, Doslingo is brought to his knee. And then you see Dasher just gear up almost like a batting position. It's like, batter up! Swings so hard with his sword, dealing 11, 19, 27, 30 points of damage. As Doslingo is sent across the room, breaking the windows of this house, and is sprawling, like, very bloody and visibly, like, very damaged, badly damaged, outside of the building. As you guys walked out, this will alert the others, right? As Doslingo, coughing out blood, goes... Oh, you will pay. You will pay for what you've done. Hoot hoot. He covered his face, and then a door pops open from behind him. And he basically enters the door, and the door disappears, vanishes. Unfortunately, you are unable to reach to him in time. You also look around. You basically walk inside. Walked inside the building. Walk back. The little girl is gone as well. I like this music. You can roll me investigation check. No answer. Yeah, you and Dasher just searched around throughout this. It's almost like she was never there to begin with. She's nowhere to be found. At this point, the other members have come out of their respective buildings. I was like, what's going on? Dasher explained kind of what just happened. And then at this point, I think Turkey Tom has been like, quit your daddling. We have things to do. Yes, you do have a riddle. So, yeah, at this point, Turkey Tom is like, okay, looks like we gotta quit our dabbling, alright? We gotta get out of here. I have enough of the cookies and treats. I mean, I'm assuming that we're supposed to eat them and then just find out what happened, right? So, at the riddle within the building that you were at, it says, I could keep a giant's foot warm, and people look forward to finding me near the fireplace. What am I? Alright, you write down stocking, and that is correct. So, once again, the wording disappears, the lettering, all that jazz disappears, and in place is the number 2. Oh, I forgot. I did leave out a crucial detail, actually. So 2. Sorry. The color is, it is a blue building. It is a blue house, or it is a blue rooftop house. So I did leave a little bit of detail. I will bring it back. So remember the one that wounded up blank? So I will say this, and my apologies, I forgot to mention this. So when you went to the stables, the colors, the blank sheet after you finish solving the riddle, when you move near the stables, the number pops back up and it says 1. Sorry, it says 3. So currently you have a total of 4 numbers from 1 to 4. The riddle that you solve in Santa Helper's Workshop, it is 2. The number is 2. So you got the riddle that you solve. It was solved at the middle of the Christmas tree. So there was it was outside. That specific riddle was outside, like by the Christmas tree with the presents, and you found like a riddle, right? And you solved that riddle, and it came out blank. But when you move closer to the reindeer stables, the number pops out and then it says 3. And once again, the reindeer stables is yellow. The workshop is blue. The lab that you solve another riddle is 4. And the last riddle that you solve in the holding cells is red. It is a code. Let me write down. I'm gonna write these down for you. Cool. That's what you have discovered. If you want to give me a history check, you can do so. Yeah. Yes. Okay, cool. So you walk back to the stables. What do you do in the stables? Ooh. Okay. So you got it right. Okay. So you basically realize that the color of the building may be alluding to what the box is at, right? Or what is the box. So you kind of piece the boxes together. Dasher's with you again. And you put red, blue, green, yellow. Red, blue, yellow, green, right? And the boxes lift. The lid, the lock opens, and you manage to unlock it. Open the lid, and it shows a golden mirror, with a red gemstone, on top of it. Dasher looks and says, "Oh, if this is what I think it is, then give it to me. It's mine. Trust me. I need it for Rudolph, that bastard, okay?" So he walks up. He's going to take the mirror. I need this bad boy. Hopefully he comes. If I see him again, I am going to use this and punish him badly. So he's going to take the mirror. And yeah, you basically unlock the box. At this point in time, the Wicked Witch of the North, Mumby, comes out and says, "Okay, so it appears that based on my research, I don't want going southern with this one. Based on my research, certain cookies will grant you special abilities, while some of them are poison. I have placed the ones that are poisonous on the side. So the one with the present and the one with the moon.
Both of them are poisonous. Do not eat any of them. Now, the remaining 4 cookies, you can eat them, and they seem to be linked towards the portal.
And she gestures. This little archway, where it's a stone archway, there was about 4 circles, like on top of the archway. And give me an investigation check. All right, are we eating all of them? Except for the poisonous one? Actually, I'll give you this regardless of the investigation. So you notice that each of the circle indicate the archways that each of the circle have the symbols of the cookies that are deemed safe and edible. So you keep the bad cookies just in case. Didn't eat the bad cookies. I say that you all eat the good ones, right? And so essentially, the portal shimmers. As soon as after you finish eating your cookies, the Grinch begrudgingly eats one. The faded blue, like in the inside or in the center of this archway, begins to shimmer and shimmer, and it opens up into a portal, and it engulfs all of you, and you guys disappear from the grotto. All right, so we're going to move on, and now we are in the final phase. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Where are you? Ah, there you are. All right, cool. I'm gonna move you guys right over here. Okay. So we are now at Santa's lair. So all good, all good. Definitely pick groceries. We will continue, and if you're back, thank you so much for playing, Kimmy. I appreciate you coming here. Yeah, if you get back, definitely hop back in, you know, if I'm still live. I am running this until 7 p.m., just to let you know, 7 p.m. PST. But basically, if you're still running, if not, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. Enjoy picking groceries, because that is important. You got to eat. And definitely get your greens. I'm sure you know that. All right, so I'm going to describe more of Santa's lair. So this is Santa's lair. Oh yes, before I continue, this is credited by, let's see. Shout out to Fateful Force. Is this Fateful Force? Oh, my apologies. So the marketplace that you guys saw, Santa's Grotto, that is by I found it from Fateful Force. This one belongs to Ike Road 86. They're on Reddit, so yeah, just to credit them. Once again, these battle maps do not belong to me. I just got them from online. So yeah, this is Santa's lair, as I mentioned before, and I'll describe it to you. It is a giant place. Like, this room is huge, unbelievably huge. It's almost like there's a huge giant dome on top, you know. And from halfway up to the dome, like, the roof is enchanted, and it shows like the aurora above. It shows different stars, and like different types. Like, it shows the starry night that is still currently like nighttime, right? The starry night that it is. The same gentle like light, it illuminates like rows of like these small stone altars, which points to a circular plinth raising up at the center of the room. And at each altar, there is a gnome sitting with a frozen smile on their faces. Their eyes are blank towards the center. And there is an aisle that basically cuts a path through the concrete circles. And there is a large silhouette at that specific aisle. It seems like they're in front of the plinth, and there's a throne. He turns around, and it appears to be a very large red man named Santa Claus, wearing a crown and large bulky robes. What do you like to do? So, just so I can basically let me there are also elves. There are elves and gnomes. There are about 6 of them. Oh, let me color them. But let me also change the okay. I'm gonna color them. Oh. Okay. So there are about 6 elves or gnomes. Basically, they're all are trained their weaponry at you guys, their crossbows and stuff. Once again, this battle map is not necessarily up to the description of this one shot or of this lair specifically, but I'm using it because it's very, very pretty. Very pretty. Okay. Move him aside. There you go. Last but not least. Alright. And I completely forgot to map out the plinth, or at least the altars. So there's an altar of a gnome right over here. There's one here. There's one here. There's one here. And there's one here. So there seems to be 4 altars lined up right over here. And these are gnomish statues that are like, essentially they are they're lit up, and they're kind of like stationed around this like circle, this Christmas tree, basically this circle. And they are well lit. Or they're glowing brightly, essentially. Okay, so let me have a different, because I want like more of like a battle type of. Okay, so there's Santa, there are the elves, and there are also Rudolph. Rudolph appears haggard, yet still alive and kicking, and still ready to attack you guys. But before he does so, before he launches himself, a hand is raised, stopping Rudolph. Santa lowers his hand, and his jolly voice booms out. Ho ho ho! Hello! Quintermas isn't unto 2 more days. But how so good of you to see me early on. Because I have a lot to discuss with you. Also, give me 1 second. Let me move the chat. There you go. Let's see if I'll move the chat box here. There you go. Alright. And then let me lower the chat box. Sorry, friends. Give me 1 moment. I'm trying to make sure I don't cover the battle map too much. Alright, so.
Christmas, Wintermas, isn't until 2 days, but it's so good of you to come because I have a lot to discuss with you. Perhaps you would like to talk with me to the center.
As the more he...
Please, come closer.
So, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw at this point. Because at this point, as he talks more and more, his voice becomes more ominous and more elongated. Beckoning you to try to just basically enter the center where the Christmas star is at. Basically enter this in the center. Surrounded by the gnome statues. And in the center of the altar. I'm gonna pre-roll for you. Okay, I'll just say this. You do not want my pre-roll. I'm gonna use... You do not want my pre-roll. So I'm gonna wait for another person to roll. I'm gonna roll for the others. Wow. Okay. So, I'll say this. One of them succeeds. Only one person has succeed. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So, once again, I'm gonna use, since I don't see any new rollers, I will use my default roll. Unfortunately, my friends, it is a natural 1. It is a complete fail, as the others voice in protest, like Dasher's like, "How dare you kick me out? How dare you banish me and replace me with Rudolph?" Yara is like, "You and your merry holiday led to the deforestation and destruction of the forest, home to all creatures, critters, and my people." Turkey Tom just goes, "You stepped over our holiday. How dare you?" Mr. Grinch is like, "You took over the very town that I was akin and home to. You took over the civilians of Whoville and forced them into working under you as Santa's little helpers. And your holiday sucks. It sucks, okay? It is miserable." So, and then at this point, Santa says, yes, I understand all of your complaints. Now, if you walk a little bit closer, I can perhaps resolve all of them all together. Which includes you too, Jack Frost. I understand that you have issues of your own that you want to relay them to me. All of you are entranced by his alluring voice because you failed the charisma save. You guys step into the circle. With the exception of Mombi, the Wicked Witch of the North, who already senses that this is a bad idea. She screeches out, "Wait!" However, it is too late, as all of you are enthralled. You guys take... So as soon as you step into the altar, the center erupt into this blue flame, burning all of you. You guys take a total of 5 points of burning damage, which is actually good. So 5 points of damage, as you are like this wall, this flame of fire just erupt, burning you guys. Luckily, you guys are at full health before, so that's good. Let me see your character sheet. Dazing all of you. Okay, so you take 5, and at this point, we are going to roll initiative. So feel free to give me a roll. Alright, so let me... Okay. Let's see. Have I received a roll? I see a 7. Okay, perfect. Alright. So... let me roll for the others. Okay. Give me 1 second, friends. I am basically dealing with all the numbers and rolls, putting them all. Okay, so at the very start, top of the round. So, sorry, let me change the music into this one. Our Broodmother. I'm using Tabletop Audio, by the way. They have a really awesome music that you can use, especially for streams. All right, friends, we are starting initiative. Okay, so good of you to join, Nail. So, start this combat. Let me make sure you guys see everything. Awesome. You guys see just about everything. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, why am I doing this? Okay. Okay, cool. Start of the round. Santo goes on to say, "Now, Dasher, I understand your frustrations, especially within the fact that Rudolph here has proven more of their usefulness over you. I very much understand that.
Now, I'll say this though. If you would like, I can have you rejoin the brigade. I think you were one of my strongest, if not the strongest reindeer that I have in the pack. I think you would fit in quite well alongside Rudolph here.
So Dasher has been afflicted by this spell that Santa Claus has on, and he goes on to say, "Yes, Santa." He turns and he is going to. I'll say that he'll move himself right over here. Also, another thing to resolve. I'm gonna resolve all the cookies that you have eaten. Since you ate all of them. So, first and foremost, you gain a inspiration, a D20 inspiration. You can use to reroll. Think of it like luck points, essentially. You have 1d4 per attack. You gain a temporary shield. However, you also take damage because you ate 2 of the cookies where basically if you eat both of them, you take damage. So I'm going to roll out your temporary shield and then I'm going to roll out your damage. So you gain a D8 temporary shield. 7, that is really good. But you lose it all because you take 8 points of damage. So it's 1. Let's see. So you have 21 health out of 31 at the moment. However, the great news is your last ability that you gain is that you can regen for 2 HP per turn. So every round you regain 2 health points. So that is really good. You get an inspiration 1d4 per attack. And you gain a temporary shield that is gone. And yeah, that's all you have. So Dasher is going to swoop up. He's going to attack both you and Mr. Grinch at the same time. That's a hit on Grinch. And that is a miss on you. Because he rolled a nat 1, I'm going to have you do this. First and foremost, with his antler blade, takes it out. Slash into Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch is going to use one of his ability. Let's see. So the Grinch is going to use... Actually, he's going to use this reaction. He's going to use Wouldn't Touch You with a 39.5-foot pole. He's going to make basically, it's going to give Dasher at a disadvantage, which is a miss. So you see that Mr. Grinch used one of the altar as like a pole and just like climb on top. Dasher just dodges, right? And he tries to basically spin and cleave you as well. But Jack Frost, you managed to dodge it nimbly, and he struck one of these these blue like spiral dots over here. This blue circle, he struck it. Give me a perception check, and I'm gonna have you roll with advantage because I would say that Mumby has saw this as well. Mumby, the Wicked Witch of the North, along with yourself, may have noticed something is amiss. I just cracked my neck. Hee 18! Perfect! So, as he struck the altar, the lights shimmer a bit. You notice that, like, in this crown, that is, Santa has a crown on. And also, something seems to shimmer by Santa's crown. As he exclaimed, "Do be careful, Dasher!" I'll say this. You and Mr. Grinch are currently no longer enthralled by Santa's charm. As Dasher is currently the only one enthralled. The same goes for Yara the Yeti as well as Turkey Tom. Currently, Dasher has been charmed to the point where he is targeting all of you at the moment. So that is the end of Dasher's turn. It is now going to be Mombi. So Mombi is going to try to focus. You know what? Mombi is going to use a suggestion. So, Mombi is going to try to basically counter charm Dasher out of it. So she looks over. I'm just looking at the rule set to make sure there's not anything that has to do with someone that's already charmed. Okay, so Dasher needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Unfortunately, it's a success as Mombi just screeches out to Dasher, "Hey, if you want to be a good reindeer, just drop what you're doing. Drop. Drop what you're doing. Drop your blade and stay still." Unfortunately, Dasher breaks through the suggestion spell. It is no longer used. That is the end of Mombi's turn. There's nothing else she can do as Santa Claus yells out, "Ho ho ho!" Alright, so that is the end of Mombi's turn. It is now going to be Santa's turn. Okay, so Saint Nick. I would say this. He's first and foremost, he's going to use his legendary action. One of Santa's helper over here. Before the after Mommy's turn, before his turn, he's gonna use his legendary action. You see a telekinetic energy shifts and begins to like control this elf as she exclaimed, "No, please don't do this, Santa! Please don't!" Ah! So this elf bursts into a flame like a missile ball and is hurled towards Yara. Okay. It is a miss. As, wait, hold on. No, actually, it is a hit. This elf is dead and is basically engulfed in flames and has been turned into a missile that is launched into where Yara is at. Yara is going to take a lot of damage, which is also double because it is fire damage. No, it is just bludgeoning damage. Never mind. So, 9 points of damage plus 4. Yara is going to take 13 points of damage. And I'm going to mark it down for Yara. Who has already taken 10 points of fire damage. Oh. And 13. Alright, so that is the end of Santa's legendary action. In his actual turn, he is going to... He's gonna, basically, he brings out a present. And he's gonna launch a present missile right at Mombi. That is a miss, as Mombi managed to just dodge swiftly. Santa walks up and basically belly flops himself. He's gonna walk up right here, and he's gonna try to belly flop Turkey Tom.
Up in my way!
That is a hit on Turkey Tom. Turkey Tom will take... You see him basically perform a belly smash onto Turkey Tom, who is knocked winded, and he is now prone. So Turkey Tom is unfortunately prone. Let's see, so that is 11 plus 4. So 14 points of damage onto Turkey Tom, who has taken 5 already. He is also knocked prone. No saves needed. And that is the end of his turn. And at the end of Santa's turn, let's see. There it is. At the end of Santa's turn, everyone takes an additional 3 points of damage around him. So you take 3 points of damage. Yara takes 6. So even though this is... So you see that at the end of his turn, he unveils his swirling... He's surrounded by this swirly frosty aura that even though it's icy and frosty, it is burning you guys. It is burning Yara, who has been dealt double damage. And that is the end of Santa's turn. It is now going to be the turkey's turn. So, Turkey Tom. Roll me a d20 to hit, friends, because Turkey Tom at this point has taken out his blades. And he is going to just double attack. He's going to bonus action and he's going to Hunter's Mark Santa. So that means that Santa will be dealt additional damage. 18 is a hit. Perfect. If Nails, if you are here, I can have you roll and you can have the second roll. If not, I will use my default roll, which will be a miss. But just to make sure, Hunter Mark's hit. He's going to use Colossus Slayer as well, dealing an extra 4 points of damage with his blade, with his turkey blades. It's like he's dual wielding. He has a sword. It's like these are like machete-like swords, almost very reminiscent of like turkey feathers, but they're sharp and they are deadly. He slices one across into the belly of Santa. So that is 4 points of damage. Let's see. That is 5. That is 6. So 11 points of damage plus 2. That is 13 points of damage onto Santa. Okay. Ooh. Second one is going to be a miss. So that is the end of Turkey Tom's turn. It is now Yara's turn. So, Yara, the Yeti, is going to, it's going to do this. I'm gonna roll something for Yara. Okay, so he's gonna be here, right? He's going to try to basically get Dasher out of this, like knock some sense into Dasher. He is also going to attack Santa Claus. So with his first of his claw, he's gonna basically try to like hit Dasher. That is a hit. Perfect. So Dasher needs to roll. He's gonna roll for damage as well. Good. Dasher takes 5 points of damage. And Dasher breaks free from Santa's hold. However, I need everyone to make a charisma saving throw by the end of the turn. So Dasher breaks free.
Oh God, what was controlling me?
He has taken some damage. Yara is going to attack Santa Claus with his other claws. That is going to hit. Santa takes a total of 7 points of damage. An additional 7 points of damage onto Santa Claus. And at the end of Yara's... Oh yes, Yara will be raging as well. Let me calculate for Dasher. 7. So Santa then takes 9. Alright. Or is it 10? I think 10. So, 10. Alright, so at the end of Yara's turn, Santa is going to unleash his legendary action, and he is going to...
Now. You do not want to be naughty or nice. Do you want to be naughty or nice?
So, he is going to use his burst spell. He's going to deal 2d10 to everyone who damaged him, and a d4 to those that are basically his allies. So, everyone is caught into this, which includes you and Dasher. So you guys healed for d4. So, both of you regain 2 points of healing, while Yara, Turkey Tom, Mr. Grinch also regained 2 points of healing. But Turkey Tom and Yara takes 6 points of damage. So 6 onto Yara, 6 onto Turkey Tom. Both of them are very injured. Alright, so that is the end of his legendary action. That is going to be... Let's see. Yara, the Grinch's turn.
Oh, look at you, miserable lot. Alright, I guess I must be doing something to get... I must deal with this shenanigan.
So, the Grinch is going to... He's gonna use his bonus action to heal. So he sees that Yara is like very injured. And he says, I guess I should help an ally and have my heart grew one size bigger. He's gonna cast Healing Word onto Yara. Yara takes 4 healing plus 2, so that's going to be 6 points of healing onto Yara. And then secondly, he has eaten something already. So, he has eaten bad breath. So he is going to basically force Santa to do a DC, a Constitution saving throw. He's going to be right here. He's going to waft onto Santa. That is a success. So he's going to take half of the damage. It is basically 3d8. 6, 8. So 4 points of damage onto Santa, and that is the end of the Grinch's turn. Okay, so it is now Jack Frost. It is now your turn. So you are not only staring at Santa, you also going to have to deal with the other elves, Santa's little helpers, along with Rudolph. What do you do, friends? You can, if you want to attack Santa Claus, you can roll me a d20. And I also you do have sneak attack on this attack. So I'm gonna wait for another d20 roll. If not, I will roll for you guys. All right. So 10. Okay. I'm gonna wait for other rolls. If not, I will roll with the 10 because that is a hit. Also, see if there's a more somber sound. All right. I'm gonna take your roll then. Okay, so it is going to be additional sneak attack. So with your shift, you slash into Santa Claus, dealing 2d8 points of damage, along with 2d6 points of damage and a d4 points of damage. So that is a lot of dices. Okay. So that is 14, 22, 25, 26, 29 points of damage into Santa Claus. Santa Claus needs to make a saving throw. Okay, so Santa takes the full force of the damage. Okay. Wow. That is a rogue, if I've ever seen one. You have, basically you slash. Santa Claus is going to use his, let's see, does he have anything against it? So, he takes the, instead of trying to redirect his attack, he is unfortunately unable to do so, and he takes the full damage. He is bloodied. He is, yeah, you injured him too good. You messed him up way too good. So that is the end of your turn, Jack Frost, unless you want to move around. it is... Oh, I forgot. Rudolph's turn before the Grinch, but Rudolph can have his go. Rudolph is going to go here, and he's going to... Dasher will use his reaction. He's going to... I knew you'll never, regardless of whatever Santa said, you'll never be part of us, Dasher. He fires his beam right into Dasher. Dasher uses his reaction, takes out a mirror. This will automatically reflect the beam and will hit Rudolph. That is a hit. So, Rudolph takes 4 points of ray damage. Sorry, 4d10s of ray damage, not 4 points. Let's see. That's 10, 12, 21. 23 points of damage onto Rudolph, who's still haggard, still has been hit a couple of times. How dare you! He is going to, second action, basically attack and tackle Dasher. That is a hit. So Dasher will take some additional damages. Okay. Wow. Okay, so Dasher will take 15 points of damage as he basically rams into into Dasher and spears him with his additional antlers. So that is the end of Rudolph's turn. The elves and gnomes are going to attack each of you. They're going to attack Mombi. They're going to attack... See, there's 5, so... They're going to attack everyone with the exception of... Actually, everyone with the exception... Let me roll a d6. So, everyone except for Yara is going to get attacked. Actually, no. Everyone except for Grinch is going to get attacked. Just because it makes sense. So... Okay. Okay. So, Mommy's gonna get hit along with Turkey Tom. So Mombi takes an additional 4 points of damage. Turkey Tom takes 5. Alright, that is the end of everyone's turn. Friends, let me be right back. I'm going to quickly use a restroom and then we will start round 2. Alright, friends, I'm back. Don't miss me too much. So, end of the round. Everyone within the altar, the rectangle altar, takes additional 2 points of damage with the exception of Yara, who takes 4. Okay, and just a reminder on what your health is. Good news though, you do have a regen, so you regain. So everyone regens for 2. You also regen 2, so you basically get damage for nothing. So that's good. So my friends, you take. Currently, your health is at 18 points, 18 health. You do have greater healing, 2 greater healing potions. Just keep that in mind. All right, so top of the round, it is now Dasher's turn. So Dasher is like yells out, "Yeah, piss off, Rudolph. There's more to that coming." He's just going to levy at Rudolph since Rudolph has been the bane of his existence. He's going to keep attacking Rudolph. Hits. Roll me a d20 for Dasher. Nine points of damage plus 3. That is 12 into Rudolph. Oh boy. $14 is a hit. All right. There you go. Uh, 13, 16 points of damage. Rudolph is gravely injured. Even Santa's healing is not able to. Okay, so Santa is going to use his legendary action with reset. He is going to disappear. You see him. You see the swirl that's still around him engulfed him, and he teleports himself back over here. Ho ho ho! That is the end of Dasher's turn. It is now Mombi's turn. So, Mombi is a lot clever than everyone usually takes her, and especially a witch for. She's gonna cast lightning, specifically in a. I believe the way lightning works is it's in a line. Let me verify that, but she's basically going to cast lightning in a line. Not hitting anyone actually, but specifically targeting. She yells out, "Step out of the square! Step out of the altar!" And then raise her hand, raise it down, and a line of lightning just jets across these two altars, severely damaging them. I'm going to say that because they're structures, they auto-fail on dexterity saving throw. Okay. Jesus. Cool. So, I'm going to roll d8s. Because she basically rolls 8 d8s. Is it 8? No, 8 d6s. My bad. What am I looking at? Give me 1 second. Haha, haha. I hope you guys have been enjoying this so far. If you guys have any questions, as always, friends, feel free to ask away. Haha. Okay. So that's 7, 12, 17. $17, 27. That is a 6, I believe. 27, 32, 34 points of lightning damage onto the altar. They're both destroyed. So you see these enormous statues just burst out, destroyed. And at this point, you looked and see that. So Mombi, as I mentioned, that Mombi is intelligent, is a lot more intelligent than people give credit to her. In her check earlier, she notices that these altar statues are what is giving some sort of magical aura or even a shield around Santa's crown. And you see that the shield itself is cracking on top of where the crown where Santa is wearing. The shield around it, this invisible aura, is cracking. As he becomes, oh no! Also, this altar of fire that has been burning you for the past 2 turns is gone. So that's great. That's the end of Mombi's turn. It is now going to be Santa.
How dare you!
Legendary action. Burns another missile elf. Is going to attack Mombi with it. Okay. That is a hit onto Mombi. Mombi tries to cast shield but breaks through. So let's see. So that is going to be 12 points of damage as this elf is launched. Another elf. This elf is also burnt. Is because basically legendary action. Mombi takes 12 points of damage. On his action now, he's gonna do his telekinetic attack again and launch the third elf into Mombi's. He's basically launching like missiles upon missiles of. Oh wait, I forgot to roll. That is another hit onto Mombi, bypassing her shield once more. So she takes a total of 22 points of damage as she's just getting like pummeled by barrages of elven and gnomish missiles coming at her. Santa is going to 5, 10. Wait. Let me use a measuring thing because it is a little tough. She's going to use a Crown of Domination onto Mr. Grinch. Fail. As he tries to control Mr. Grinch, and he says, "Screw you! You will never make me like Wintermas and make me like you. You suck, Santa. You're only selective. You only choose to give toys to people who have chimneys. How classist of you! Not everyone has chimneys." And Santa goes, "That's not true. I give toys to everyone." Bullshit. As the Grinch just continues to basically hammer his words of insult towards Santa Claus. That is the end of Santa's turn. It is now Turkey. So Turkey Tom still have his hunter's mark on. He is going to bonus action heal up because he has taken a lot of hits. He and Yara the Yeti has been damaged quite so much. So let me roll for Turkey Tom. 4, 7, 9. 13 plus 2, that is 15 points of healing onto Turkey Tom. Excellent work on Turkey's part. So, 10, 2, so that's 4. And then he's gonna fire 2 arrows at Santa Claus, directly trying to hit the basically the crown. So one of them, he managed to dodge to the side. The other one, he hits. He's going to deal a D8 plus a D6. So 11 points of damage onto. So you see the shield begin to crack more and more on, like, outside the crown, and the arrow hits the shield, bypassing it, hit the crown, knocks it over. As this crown suddenly, first and foremost, the room just shifts into complete blackness for just 1 second. And after the second pass, out spawns Krampus, a blackened visage. You see that Santa, first and foremost, the moment Turkey Tom knocks out Santa's crown, he suddenly, his eyes roll up, eyes red numb. He's like, oh no! And then he slumps over, and he's on the ground, seemingly unconscious. The statues eviscerated. You see that the remaining Gnomish statues, they dimmed, they blackened out. There's no more light coming out. What remains is none other than the visage, the terrifying visage of Krampus, who says, "You have attempted to ruin Christmas for the very last time. I shall destroy you all." So, it is now Krampus's fight, who has taken over Santa's place. Santa at the moment is unconscious. It is the end of Turkey Tom's turn. In doing so, he will basically, Krampus will use a legendary action, forcing Turkey Tom to make a charisma saving throw. That is a success, barely. It hits the DC on Turkey Tom. Okay, so he managed to override. So Krampus attempted to use a legendary action to dominate Turkey Tom, fails to do so. That is the end of Turkey Tom's turn. It is now Yara. Yara also is going to heal, self-heal. Where's the... And, okay. Hey. So, okay. Cool. So he heals up, or she heals up extraordinarily well. Okay. Cool. So, she is going to bellow out, and she's going to try to attack Krampus. Both of them are going to hit. Krampus will use a reaction in response. So, Yara fails. Holy cow, this is actually massive damage onto Yara the Yeti. So, first and foremost, let me roll all of Yara's attack. That is 8. So that is 14 points of damage onto Krampus, who is injured. He basically, mechanically, he has taken the damage that Santa has, or like the current health that Santa has, which is not a lot. has taken the additional damage, and he's going to use Hellish Rebuke, which Yara failed. Because of that, takes the full brunt of 9, 15, 30 points of damage onto Yara the Yeti. Yara at the moment is unconscious. So Yara the Yeti at the moment, friends, is on death's door. As 2 swipes into Krampus in retaliation, Krampus erupts a flame on top of Yara. Fires or damage are super effective against Yetis, including herself. She is currently knocked out, unconscious. That's the end of Yara the Yeti's turn. That is the end of... and then Krampus is going to use a legendary action to try to dominate you. So please roll me a d20, friend. If not, I will use an... Oh, you do not want to use... Ooh. So, you, my friend, I'm going to have you roll another d20. Okay, so... Good. So, you hear Krampus screams out, "Let me take over you!" Points towards you. Your eyes blacken. For a moment, you are clouded by the domineering vision from Krampus, who is trying to take over and control you. However, you have a magical item, a circlet that given to you by the CEO who has hired you to take out Santa Claus, who basically, this is the direct counter to Krampus. Krampus, because you succeed, Krampus is going to take an additional 14 points of radiant damage as he attempts and failed to dominate you. Krampus screeches in total pain. Give me 1 second, friends. It is now the end of Krampus's turn. Actually, no. It is the end... Sorry. It was the end of Yara's turn, right? Dominate. Cool. It is now the Grinch's turn. The Grinch yells out, is going to walk to where Yara is at. First and foremost, says, "Oh, not again." Healing word, Yara. Yara regained 4 hit points. Yara is no longer unconscious. Now also move them up. Because they're supposed to be near where Krampus is at. So, the Grinch is going to... taking out his whip. He is going to... I'm going to have him roll a d20. Okay. So, he's going to attempt something. He takes out his whip. He's going to crack, missing Krampus purposely to target the crown. If you want to roll me a d20 with advantage, I'm going to roll the first die. Roll me another d20, friends. Okay. Cool. Now you may roll 6, but the great thing is I rolled an 18. So, directly striking the crown, which does double damage onto Krampus. Let me see the Grinch's. So that is a total of, let's see, 5 plus 3, 8 points of damage onto Krampus. Yeesh. Who howls further in pain. And that is the end of the Grinch's turn. So, it is now Rudolph's turn, who is going to use all his attacks onto Dasher, just trying to end his life. Fails to do so. Alright, Jack Frost, it is your turn. You can potentially end this once and for all. Really, what you need to do is to basically creep up and just attack Krampus. You have enough movement to reach to where Krampus is at. I need you to roll me with the d20 with advantage. So roll a d20 and I'm going to roll another d20. So, that is a hit. Since I rolled a 18, so that is 2d8 points of damage, 2d6, a d4, and because I rolled an 8, you get to roll an additional d8. So that's 8, 1, so 9, 15, 17, 22, 25, 28. So, you creeped around and you jammed. You saw that Mr. Grinch basically attacked where Krampus' weak spot, which is the crown. You stab into the crown once more. For the last time, it is like stabbing Krampus' heart as he wails in further pain, and he crumbles, vanishing, disappearing, leaving the crown with it. Friends, so that is it for Krampus. That is also it for Santa. Both are essentially Krampus has crumpled. He is gone. His visage is no more. What is left is basically a severed crown. Santa is on the ground. He is unconscious. On the rest of the elves are going to flee. They're going to run. They're going to run. They're going to use all his movement to run away. And Dasher is going to use his final 2 turns to try to see if he can kill off Rudolph. With one swift stab, Dasher raises his antlers up, his antler blade, and stabs into Rudolph, finishing off, saying, "I win." Rudolph is also gone. I know I sound like, I try to sound badass and like I should, have like a badass final line, but like I think "I win" is suffice enough, okay? So, my friends, at this point, you have the very item that has been powering Santa, allowing him to be able to travel in one night, which was the crown, and allowing him to granted him powers and abilities of being able to not just travel around and just give presents to every kids across the realms. You also captured Santa. The body of Santa has been, at this point, just wrapping everything up. You guys escape with the crown and with Santa held captive. He is brought to Thornton, who is the CEO, who's the one who hired you. And he says,
Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. I see that you brought Santa with me and this crown. You will be rewarded extra and also handsomely. whatever you may do with the remainder of the elves, the Frosty Snowman, that's up to you. But, like I said, here are your rewards. And please, if we have any other operations and missions, don't worry. We will look to hire this motley bunch who have succeeded in taking down Santa in 2 nights before Wintermas. So, that is it. You have completed the one-shot, my friends. Congratulations. Alright, guys. That is it for... We just did it, guys. That is it for this one-shot. That is it for this stream. This was a 2-day one-shot stream. Yeah, great job, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. And I will be... This is, quite insightful. This is like a first foray into not just Twitch, but also YouTube. So, I just being able to just make sure everything is working, everything is functional, right? But, yeah, that is it for... Like I said, that is it. Sorry, I'm just, processing all this. But... I do stream, for those of you in YouTube and Twitch. Hi, my name is Bryan Ha. I am a storyteller and dungeon master. I do stream regularly this type of concept of I stream TikTok Plays D&D on TikTok platform. And this is basically my first foray into Twitch and YouTube. So I definitely hope that you guys enjoy this one shot. There will be more streams like these coming along your way in the coming months. This was a experimental one, but thank you guys so much for participating. I appreciate you guys for coming in every now and then and just playing this one shot with me. So thank you, and I hope to see you all in future streams. I plan to I am currently running the second campaign of TikTok Plays D&D. I am planning to bring back the first campaign into Twitch and YouTube. I am going to keep working on it a bit more because I tried multi-streaming, which is a success, and I'm basically going to multi-stream for that first campaign as well and bring in this virtual tabletop format. But yes. That is it for me. Just stay tuned for more content, more stuff. I will try to post more on TikTok and also on YouTube. But yeah, this has been Twitch/YouTube Live Plays D&D One Shot, and I hope to catch you guys on another time till we meet again. And yeah, bye bye.